This video is about repairing gaskets on your Kokatat dry suits. A lot of this will apply to other brands. Here I've got a neck gasket I want to replace in this dry suit right here. Over time they just wear out and they start to rip apart. I've got a neck gasket repair tool kit which comes with this. You can find probably a yogurt canister of similar size, but I find that these are pretty good. They have, if you get Aquaseal on them, you can easily remove it because it's kind of semi-non-stick. And they come with the Scotch dual-sided tape to hold your suit in place onto the circular mount or jig. You'll need some isopropyl rubbing alcohol, a rag to apply it. These clamps, they come with the neck gasket replacement, and I got a few others. Alright, we've already identified that the gasket needs replacing, so let's cut out the old one. You want to cut down to the material. I usually cut to this glue line. That's usually good enough for me, and I'll get to more further on this later, but I'm just going to show this first. Sharp scissors, emphasis on those here. Cheap scissors you buy from dollar store may not work that well. You can hear my dog in the background chewing on a bone, if you're curious about that noise. The reason I don't use, I've seen some videos that use baking paper to prevent any stickage from Aquaseal running over and sticking to the toolkit, but I just found it's easy enough to scrape off, and it was really a pain to put on that tape. Okay, you could just throw this away and discard it. Now, this is a two-piece suit, so what I'm going to do is remove the bottom half of the suit. There we go, just to make it easier to work with. By the way, if you're doing, I'll do another separate video on the wrist gaskets. This is my mold for a wrist gasket made out of an old plastic cup. Get to that later. So I'll turn the suit inside out so that I can easily access this area around. This is where you're going to be gluing the old gasket, or the new gasket to the old gasket. So I'll first prepare it like so. Okay, if I want, I can use more of that double-sided Scotch tape. Now, here's the new gasket. I'll turn them inside out so you can see the manufacturing date, since the suit's also inside out. And there's kind of this dish, but you kind of want to line things up to make sure it's going to glue good, like that. That looks pretty good. It comes with directions, Aquaseal 303, and this you want. Sticker, discard that till later if you want to use it for something. and some sandpaper. And for the neck gasket, I found that I use a little bit more Aquaseal than they provide. So I'm over here in the background retrieving the remainder of another Aquaseal. So I'll use like 1.5 of these. Alright, let's get rid of some trash. So before I actually get started, the first thing you want to do is sand, or actually you want to use the isopropyl rubbing alcohol to clean the old gasket. And this will remove any oils that might prevent the glue from performing. Now, the new one should be good. I've never. Now, I'll sand it. The sanding will help with the gluing process. It's important you don't skip that step, or the cleaning step. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now, I'm going to fit this over the supplied jug, and I find it very useful to kind of let this kind of bellow out, because it somehow allows it to just lay there in place properly. So I line it up. Everything looks okay. That's my dry run. Alright. I've got an open container of Aquaseal. So I'll put like a strip around the gasket. And I found that if you use too much, it runs over. Oh, I didn't use the masking tape. Okay, I'm doing a voiceover here because what I said live didn't quite make sense. All I'm saying is be careful with the Aquaseal overrunning. How much you apply here may cause it to overrun if you overdo it. It's more critical because when you want to remove the neck replacement tool from the, when you're done, basically disassemble everything, you have to separate the tool from the dry suit. If it sticks too much, you could damage all the work you just did. I'm laying it down carefully. I'm applying very light pressure. At this point, just making sure everything looks okay visibly. This is kind of my last moment to make a change. Now, install the half moon. Each half moon, and then the clamps. it for this part. And if you got a stinky dog, like I do, hey Stinky, hey, then make sure they keep them out of the way so they don't ruin this while it's drying. Alright, 10 hours later. At this point, I'm just checking to make sure that there's not severe stickage between this jig and the rubber. There was some there, but it's not severe. Okay. Plenty of glue. Alright, it's all done. So, I waited 14 hours, and I'll look up online. I did earlier, I think it said this will cure in about 8 to 12 hours. So, I'll post a screenshot or a link to where it says that information. But that's how you replace the neck gasket on your Kokatat dog seat. I'll make a separate video on wrist gaskets next.